Alright guys, so this video is going to be about popular palettes, and these are popular palettes that I own. So if you don't see it, boo, I'll own it. Okay, so some of these palettes that I have in front of me, they're very controversial. Some of them already have a reputation here on YouTube, but I'm speaking from my perspective, and I know a lot of you want to know if you should buy the palette or not, if you should spend your money on it or not. And just a disclaimer, whether or not these were sent to me for free, it really does not matter. I'm going to give you my complete and honest opinion about them. FYI, ain't nobody sending me nothing for free, boo. Just so you know. Alright, so the first one is the most controversial one that I'm going to discuss, and y'all know what it is already. It's the Beauty Killer palette by Jeffree Star. Now this palette, and I'll be speaking about the pigmentation, the quality, and if it's good for the price point. Now this palette is absolutely phenomenal. I love the color payoff on it. For the gold to show up nice and bold, I have to get it wet, which I don't have a problem with. I've done that with other palettes before, so I don't have a problem getting it wet in order for the color to show up a little bit more vibrant. I love the deeper colors. Vanity and the Black Rainbow are my two favorite ones, and the pink one here, I think this is not Courtney, Star Power. Courtney is the one for brow bone. There we go. So I love Star Power, Courtney, Black Rainbow, and Vanity. Vanity, right? I love those four colors because pink is my favorite color, and I like the other colors for the brow bone, and these are very good for crease. So these four for me can do a really nice look. This palette as well can also go for bridal. You can use these colors here for bridal makeup, and even this color here, depending on the color of the wedding as well. And then this can go for party look using the bolder colors, then deepening the crease with Black Rainbow. This is an all-round palette. You can get a nice neutral look from it. Just like this can be on your brow bone, laid, and then this in your crease lightly. It's just so versatile, which is what I look about, which is what I look for in a palette. How versatile is it? Now this is up there for me in terms of pigmentation and color payoff. Up there. I highly recommend it. Here Jonathan in the background. Highly recommend it, and it is definitely keep worthy. Now for the Modern Renaissance palette, it was very hyped up, and a lot of YouTubers loved it, and for a while I was like, oh my gosh, I love it so much. But after using it and using it and using it, I recognize that it is very, I don't want to say ashy, but the colors aren't as buttery and smooth as this one, and it's not as buttery and smooth as the other palettes that I have here. This, for me, I rarely grab this anymore. I grab it only because of the pinks, and even then they don't come up on me as bold as I want them to if I apply them dry. The only time they come up bold on me is when I put my a base underneath it, probably a white base underneath it, or my Shades by Gal medium neutral concealer. That's when they will come up, and I don't want to have to do that every single time for a palette that's this hyped up, and a palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I really fully believe that there are other palettes out there that does way more than what these do for not even a fraction of the cost, and I'm going to get to some of those palettes today. So this one is definitely, I would rate the Beauty Killer at like an 8, and I would rate this one at like a 4.5. It's just not there for me. It's just not there. I mean, when I swatch real Gar, like when I look at this here, I'm thinking like a nice orangey look, and it just seems kind of dirty on me when I apply it. And I've been using the heck out of this palette, and I really, Primavera is probably my favorite color, and I always use for my happy area, and Tempera I use for my brow bone. Everything else I try to mix it and make it work, and I don't know, it's just not there for me. So yeah, and I don't want to offend any company or anything, but I'm just giving my honest opinion. So the next one in front of me is the Too Faced. You see me smiling. The Too Faced Power of Makeup by Nikki Tutorials, and I know this palette. I didn't even know this palette was in the middle of any controversy until I hold on. Until I did did the video and everything, uploaded it to upload, and I did my 30 days of September, and I saw that there was some controversy. Now I don't know what you guys got, but this palette is bomb. This palette is, I love it. Love it. And the colors that I've used is Irresistible, Ivy, Makeup and Chill, like all of like these here. These, I haven't used these two, but everything else I've used this, I've used the highlight, I've used everything else except these two up here. Love this palette, but honestly it is nothing in comparison to the Beauty Killer in terms of pigmentation and color payoff. but I really love this palette. So for this one, I'd rate this at like a 6.5. It's okay, it's good, but trust me, like the beauty killer in terms of pigmentation, color payoff, you don't have to work too hard. Yeah, I guess they're the same. The black is black. No, the black isn't all that black. The black isn't all that black. So it's okay. Yeah, I stand by my 7. My 6.5, I stand by my 6.5, itching to 7. So yeah, so worth the money. I don't know. Well, yes, because for this, you don't just get the palette alone, you get a lot of stuff in it as well. You get eyeliner. Their literally glitter is among the best I've ever used. It is the most unique glitter I've ever used. It looks silver, but it's like gold. It's cray. It is cray bubble. So now I'm going to move on to my Morphe palettes, and this goes without saying. Morphe palettes, yes, these are a 9 as far as I'm concerned. This is the matte, and these colors come up on your girl. Okay, of course I have to use a base for them, but that's what I always use, a base for matte colors. Always. And I know I gave this palette some slack because this thing was hyped up and I thought it would have been amazing. I don't need to use a base, but I have to, and I don't want to do that every time. But with a palette like this, I'm expecting to use a base because it's all matte. I'm of a darker skin tone, and I really appreciate that they took that into consideration when creating this palette. For the Anastasia one, I don't think the darker ladies were considered, because if you're too dark, this will come up ashy on you, and then it just won't translate well. But for the Morphe 35M palette, these darker colors here, these two are a 9, and the 35S, and I told you guys the M means matte and the S means shimmer. And I love getting my shimmer colors wet. I don't have to, but I love getting them wet. But I don't have to for these colors to show up. They show up. I love it. I love it. These two definitely kit worthy. Absolutely kit worthy. Like, if this is not in your kit, bubble, you need to step your kit game up, bubble. Okay. Alright, next, did you see my face? I was like, okay. So next is the Kylie The Bronze palette. And this was another hyped up product. Now Jaclyn Hill said something on her snap couple months back, I believe, when everything was going up with her lip thing, and it's just like her company was just going to basically, and people kept on coming for her. Now Jaclyn Hill made a very great point. Her company is extremely new. We don't know Kylie to be like this makeup person or being trained or anything. We don't know that. We just know that she loves makeup. She loves fashion. So she goes where her passion is. So she moved on into makeup. And I think she has like this clothing line or this something with her sister or something like that. I'm not quite sure. But she loves fashion, and you can see it on her. And she loves all things beauty, jewelry, hair. You see that on Kylie. So for her to come out with her own makeup line was, what the hell is this? What is that? So for her to come to her own makeup line is not that surprising to me. But these colors, this is not like the best palette I've ever used. I really expected Citrine, which is this orange one here, to be a little bit more dark. I just feel like this palette is not for people with like, that's dark. Am I sweating very hard? Yeah, this palette is not for people that are dark. Like, for me, it's too ashy for me. I make it work though, you understand? Like, I can make this work. But if you're like an everyday person, want to splurge, you want to support Kylie, if you just want to grab this up and you're dark and you're my color or a little bit darker, and you're not really versed in makeup, this will be like, what the hell did I spend my money on? Oh my god. Like Obsidian, which is the black, Obsidian is not even that dark. Obsidian is not even that dark. This I've used blacker eyeshadows, so it's not even that dark. So for, and I rate the Morphe palettes a 9, but for this I rate it like a 5 or like a 6.5. It's just not that impressive to me. It does get impressive when you put a base on it, but again, and you see, you can't even really blame her or her company because they're new. They're what, like less than a year old. I think we're just waiting for somebody to mess up that's of a certain social media standing, and I'm like, yes, fine, she mess up, get off her high horse. And I don't think that's fair. It's a new company, and for a new company, for this palette, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, it's okay, and I believe the price point is worth it because of the packaging. With this, you get this little eye thing here. You see that? I've never seen this in a palette before ever. And she always does these little like notes with all her palettes, even with her her lip glosses. Even with her lip glosses, she gave us like there were like little notes on like cards, and I really appreciate that. I really do. And even in her palettes, see the colors that the eyes are dripping, those are the colors you can expect to see. And then I just think the packaging is really good. Honestly, I really love the packaging, but in terms of the color payoff, it's like a 5.56 for me. So yeah, now these are my holy grail, the Juvia's Place palettes. No, I don't know, these are a 10, by the way, just so you know. I marked like the standard for palettes by Juvia's Place. I know that they've been in a bit of a controversy as well, and some people are really, you know, linked to them as well. I'm aware of that, but you can't beat the pigmentation of these palettes, man. You just can't. You can't. The colors and how each palette goes up by size. I mean, you guys hear Jonathan? Let me try and set these up nicely for you guys. You guys, I mean, you can grab any one of these palettes, any single one, and do a bridal look. Any single, and I keep talking about brides because that's where most of my money is made, in bridal. You can grab any one of these palettes and do a bridal look. Same thing with the Morphe pattern, the Morphe shimmer, the Morphe 350S. Any one and do a bridal look. Any one and do a bridal look. I mean, the pigmentation, the color payoff, it's phenomenal. It is phenomenal. And if the price point should go up, which I really don't want it to, it would still be worth it. Any Juvia's Place palette that you get is worth the money. Definitely kit worthy. As far as I'm concerned, this is a 10. My least favorite one is absolutely the Anastasia Beverly Hills, then the Kylie, but everything else I like them, you know. I like them, and then some of them I love. But yeah, so those are the most popular palettes that I own. I should be getting some more, and when I do that, I'll do a more of an in-depth review. When I do, I'll do an in-depth review for you guys, but right now I just wanted to do like an overview of the ones that I own and rate them. Now, it's completely still up to you. I don't say take my opinion as the end all be all of palettes, and when I go back and lyrics, I don't buy it, so I'm not buy it. Watch other videos and see what other people have to say. For me, I just hope her I don't remember the name of the palette, but the other one that she has coming out, I hope it's better than this, because I just feel like this palette is for like lighter skin people. Like, it's not going to work for me. I'm too dark. It's going to come off ashy, and the same thing with the Anastasia Beverly Hills. And the packaging on the Anastasia one is like velvet. Really? Are you serious right now? Velvet? And then you get a brush with it here. So I mean, the packaging, yeah, I mean the packaging on all of these, I love the packaging on all of them. Some of them are basic, but I mean the packaging is a packaging, you know what I mean. And I bought these two for $40-something because they're having a special, so I got these two for $40-something. So I mean, you know what I mean. So that's basically it, you guys. I hope this probably helped you in making a decision as to what you want to purchase for yourself. And just a little insight of what I think of, you know, the palettes, the popular palettes that I own. So that's basically it for this video, guys. I'll talk to you in the next one. Thank you so much for stopping by for this month of December. We're aiming for another 31 days. I hope to God I can do it this time. I'm not as prepared, but I'm challenging myself, so I'm hoping I can get this done for you guys. So I'll talk to you guys in the next video.